Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we're here to show you the 150k Mypoints method on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. So I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties. All good stuff. Let's try this 1 to 1,000 likes. Now you can see the stat line here. I have a 6'6" point guard with 80 block rating, decent rebounding at 85. I don't have any three-pointer, and what I'm going to be showing you guys today is how to get crazy badge progress towards finishing, playmaking, and defense. And in the same breath, we're here to show you how to get this number right here, 154k Mypoints in one game. Now, I will say I didn't have the best badge layout or anything like that in terms of grinding my career. If I could redo this, I would absolutely have pogo stick and things of that nature. I would have a lot of better badges for doing this myself. But with all that considered, a lot of you guys who are watching this, you're probably watching this and you don't have your badges maxed because you're probably, a little bit early in your my career, or you're not playing my career if you're above 93 or 94 overall. You're just trying to play the game if you're that high. Now, a lot of you guys, I would advise to at least get to like 90-ish before you start playing park or anything like that. You don't want to come out here with a build that has like 2 badges or something like that. And it's a very easy career grind in this year. But we'll talk about all this stuff as we get through here. I just want to let you guys know this is what we're getting through this game right here. And again, the stat line is just crazy on this. Now, I do want to show you real quick before we get into this, the box score from my teammate. So, I am throwing lobs to an absolute lob catching beast. So Sekou Doumbouya, I'm sure that's not how you pronounce his first name, but Doumbouya is a beast. All right, he has silver lob city finisher, silver posterizer, and he has 88 driving dunk with 84 speed and 96 vertical. He's only a 73 overall, mind you, and this is on Hall of Fame. So you would think from the surface that that's very tough, but if you have a fast, really good lob catching big, something like a Giannis or even Ben Simmons could do the job, or Anthony Davis, or any of the tall, fast bigs that are good at lob catching, they would absolutely get the job done when it comes to this grind right here. Alright, so here we are at tip-off. I'm going to show you guys later that the actual whole recording from the beginning to the end of this video took me 1 hour to make. So we're going to also talk in this video about quarter length and stuff like that and maybe what you want to do about it. Now right here, you can see my matchup pop up on the screen. To do this, you tap LB or L1 on PlayStation 5, I'm pretty sure. And then you're going to go ahead and press your own icon. Once you press your own icon, you can set whoever you want your matchup to be. So if you're somebody like me who's stuck at the 3, or you made a small forward, shooting guard, power forward, something like that, and you really don't guard anybody of importance, what you can do is if you're a shooting guard who wants to go for plucks and steals and stuff like that, you can switch yourself onto the point guard. So in this case, it'd be Garland. Or if you're somebody who is trying to go for blocks like what I'm doing in this video, I'm going to switch myself onto Jarrett Allen right here, and it's going to make it so I'm constantly on an inside center. Now right here, either way, Markkanen, who is a stretch big and for whatever reason lined up at 3, this Cavs team is just filled with bigs. Either way, I'm lined up on a big man. The next possession, I'm on Jarrett Allen right here, and he's going to be able to just go into the paint, boom. He's going to go up for a bunch of BS takes as long as I'm baiting him into it. I might even have a chance at some rebounds and stuff like that. So the long story short is I'm trying to go for rebounds, shot blocks. On offense, I'm going for alley-oops, and I'm throwing them to Doumbouya right here. Again, the absolute lob-catching beast. And off that, if I'm wide open instead, I'm going to shoot floaters, which counts toward my finishing progress. And sometimes if they're super deep, they count toward your shooting progress as well. Like if you're shooting them from about like right here. They are a lot harder to make, however, so just keep that in mind. But this right here is so much better progress toward your finishing badges and Mypoints than a wide open dunk or something like that. So just keep that in mind. If you're super wide open off these rolls, you're going to want to go for the floater. I end up with about 60 something points, so just keep in mind I do that quite a bit right there. Alright, so this is LakerFan speaking from the future because I forgot to tell you guys how to use the icons in terms of screening. So what you're going to do to have these pop up, you're going to tap LB or L1 into this situation to pull up your teammates' icons. So then what you're going to do, you're going to hold the icon of the person that you want to screen for you. So in this situation, I'm always going for Doumbouya, right? So boom, LB, then LT. And just like that, he's going to come to me every single time. So boom, he's setting up right here. I ended up, if it fails again, boom, you just rescreen it. You just do it again. Like if I were to go off of this and Jarrett Allen switches all the way onto me and Markkanen switches back to him, and then he is in front of him right here and sealing him off, and I have nothing because I don't make it past Jarrett Allen, then I just rescreen it. I do the exact same thing, LB, LT, simple, just like that. Now, if you, for instance, are somebody who maybe has the base nets, right, and maybe they have LaMarcus Aldridge at the 5 or something like that, and then Kevin Durant at the 4, you're going to want to use KD as the lob man, so instead you're going to tap LB, then hold Y for the Kevin Durant. I really almost called this man Kevin Durant, bro. You're going to have Kevin Durant as the pick and roll man if you go LB and then hold Y instead of doing LB and LT for LaMarcus. If you just hold LB or L1 on PlayStation 5, it's going to call for the closest man from the 4 or the 5, or if you're a center or a power forward, it's going to call for also the closest guy between the small forward and whoever is other in the front court. Anyway, long story short, pretty much if you're holding LB, it's going to bring the center or the power forward who are closest to you, whereas if you just tap it and then hold their icon individually, you can choose who's going to screen for you. You can have the point guard screen for it if you want. Now, I don't even know if Ben Simmons is like, lined up at PG still in this game, but that would be an option if you got drafted to that team. So again, on defense, I'm just sitting on the baseline trying to bait them to pass to Jarrett Allen right here, and I'm doing everything I can to make that happen. So boom, again, you can see I'm baiting here. I'm going backwards to try and make it so they're going to pass him the ball. Then I'm trying to get in position at the very last second, as I've already baited him into going up for an animation to try and block the shot. Now, obviously, some of these are just going to jam out. They're just going to be dunking all over the place. But to add to it, if you actually get dunked on, like a posterizer or something like that, as you can see, we throw up another floater right there. I'm just going to let these clips play out a little bit to show you guys the methods of what I'm going for here. But if you get dunked on, like I'm talking, you get posterized or something like that, you're also still getting badge progress for it. Now again, right there, another nice block. I end up with my takeover progress up a little bit, but what I'm going to advise you guys to do, if you get team takeover, I am really suggesting that you don't do it. Now right here, you can see I'm getting locked up. I'm actually going to go ahead and rewind this one because you guys are going to need to know this if you're doing this method right here of trying to throw lobs and, spam the floaters and stuff like that. So when I go across this screen for the first time, nothing's there because I accidentally went the wrong way off the screen. Now the second time I call for it, I try and go for it, but they full switch, nothing's there again. So just be patient with this stuff. You can spam at least 3 different times for something to happen right here. This is still a very contested look, not a good shot. And as you can see, I wanted to show you what will happen if you struggle a little bit. So we make a little cut here. I'm back to about double takeover progress, but just keep in mind, like I said, not every possession is going to work entirely well, but with this method, it is pretty foolproof. You're not going to have a lot of situations where you have really bad possessions as long as you have a good lob catching big man. Again, you can see we get him caught in the pick and roll right there. I just streak it right down the middle. I just floater because I'm wide open. Most times, I would say 95% of the time, you're going to have something there for you. And again, on defense, we're just baiting, going for blocks, all types of stuff like that. Right here, again, another floater because they stay at home on my lob man, the pick and roller. And we'll go ahead and run this one back too for you guys to see. So again, Jarrett Allen is staying attached to Doumbouya right here. So all it is me and Markkanen right here. And Markkanen's super slow. If you in any way can get a big man matched up on you, that's fire. If you have the minutes unlocked where you've played enough in your My Career to be able to do this, go for it. Now, this is where I'm going to kind of segue a little bit into the non-My Career talk, and you guys can watch the game clips play out a little bit until I get to the point where I started slowing them down so I can show you live content of like in the moment, not super fast, and I can actually explain things at full like 100% speed rather than 200% speed. Anyway, so I'm just going to slow down a little bit. We'll keep it real easy and understandable for you guys to go with. So for you, if you haven't played My Career yet on this game, this is your first time loading it up, you haven't seen any videos or anything like that, and you have no idea what to expect. Essentially, what you guys are going to do, you're going to load up your career, you're going to talk to your agent who's in your apartment somewhere along the lines of the first 10 minutes of you being in your My Career, right? And he's going to ask if you want to go to the G League, if you want to go to college, or if you want to start the NBA already. Now, I'm going to strongly advise for you guys to go to college first, then go to the G League, then go to the NBA. If you go to the NBA first, you will never be able to go to the G League or college or anything like that. And college is going to unlock 4 extra badge caps to any category that you want. They give you like a set list of 8 you can choose. Some give 1 to a certain thing and then 3 to another. Some give all 4 to one thing, and that's just it. That's what I chose. Texas Tech gave me 4 defensive badge points. And you do unlock those badges, like you unlock the caps and you get 4 free badges that they just give you. You don't have to like work for and progress for. Anyway, you can see crazy defensive clip right here too. I'm racking up so much My Points off that. But to segue back to the whole decision making thing in your My Career, you also have the G League you can pick, and that's going to make it so you get your badges and your My Points 5% faster. You're going to get 5% more My Points everything you do. My Career, Park, Rec, Pro-Am, whatever it may be. It's a perfect situation. I would highly advise you guys to do both of those. And again, I just want to stress one more time, you can only do college first, then go to the G League. You cannot go to the G League, then college. You got to use your common sense here, all right? If you're an NBA fan, and I know a lot of guys who play 2K aren't really, into the NBA stuff, but that'd be so backwards. You can't go to the G League, then go to the college. You have to go to college first, then the G League. So right here, I just want to maybe explain for anybody who's wondering if you can get shooting badges while doing this. This right here counts as a shooting badge floater. Now, it's super suspect. It's not going in very often, and I do only have 80 driving layup. And again, we're on Hall of Fame with this, but that's very unlikely to go in most times. So that right there, open. This one right here, 14% contested. You still get defensive badge points for good contested shots and stuff like that. So both of those, again, good shot contest. What I'm doing sometimes too, as you're gonna see, I know a lot of you guys might be watching this, you're like, yo, your build sucks at rebounding. What are you doing here? I'm not going for rebounds. What I'm doing when I'm down low with Jarrett Allen and stuff like that, I'm letting him fish for offensive rebounds. I'm just going for shot contest and blocks. And yes, rebounds would help a little bit toward my badge progress, but they're not very good. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to allow him to get his own offensive rebound. Right there, it just pops into my hand, so I just have to get it. But if I can contest a shot, he grabs the rebound. Contest a shot, he grabs the rebound. Contest a shot, he grabs the rebound. That's a ton of badge points right there, and literally just like a 10-second increment. So just wanted to let you guys know, again, you really don't want to go for rebounds unless you're fighting your own teammate for it. Like right there, pretty much it was just me or my teammate who was going to get it, so I'm just going to be selfish and grab it for myself. Again, these lobs are about as straightforward and simple as you could possibly be. If you really want, I would say just, bro, Doumbouya is an absolute beast. Now, keep in mind, guys, I am in my second season right here, so the teams are a little bit weird. Obviously, not everybody on this Nets team is part of the actual Nets team, so just keep that in mind. And what I wanted to maybe mention to you in terms of that whole decision-making thing for the My Career aspect is that I started simming. And what I didn't realize is I accidentally requested a trade, then started simming. And it put me through like all types of quests. I'm talking like 20 different quests that made me go all the way across the city. It was complete BS, all because I requested a trade. And they made me do all types of garbage like that. If you want to switch your team, this isn't foolproof because it might still put you through all this quest stuff anyway. But if you want to switch your team, what I would advise you to maybe do is to not request a trade, sim to the end of the season, and then you just pick your new team because you are on a 1-year contract, and then you can pick what team you want to go to. Now, if you want to have full control over your minutes and make a good salary and stuff like that, and I'm going to go over 2 different options you can go through for the My Career too. We're dropping a lot of gems and a lot of knowledge in this video, but I just don't want to like overload you guys with too much information because what you came here for is, you know, the Mypoints grind. But I'm also here to help you guys maybe a little bit with setting yourself up for having some better teammates, or setting yourself up for making more VC off doing stuff like this, or if you wanted to make a lot of VC, how you could go 5-minute quarter length and lower your minutes to 24 per game or something like that, so you're only playing half of the game and you can get through games quickly and you make a lot of VC really quickly because you're playing on Hall of Fame and you're making a lot of VC. Like I'm talking, you'll make like 2,000 a game pretty much. So anyway, to backtrack, what I would advise for you guys to do, I'm just going to pause it right here so you can really lock in and focus on me, all right? What I want you to do is play your first game on pro 12-minute quarters and rack up as many stats as you possibly can. Then after that game, you sim the whole season until it makes you do quests, and you know, maybe you're forced to play another game or something like that. But sim as many games as possible while you're putting up good stats. Your player is going to win MVP. You're going to get a lot of MVP points in the city and stuff like that work toward the penthouse. Not that that matters to everybody, but either way, you're going to win MVP. Your player is going to be an absolute star in the like CPU's eyes pretty much, and you're going to be worth 1,000 VC per game as your salary, which is the max. And then you're also going to be the star player, so they're going to let you have full control over minutes, all types of stuff like that, just for playing a couple of games in the first regular season. If your team makes the playoffs, what you can do is you can just quit out and sim without VC for all those games and stuff like that. Or if you want to just play the playoff games, go for it too. Either way, what I'm getting at with all of this is, all of this is for me to tell you that you can have control over your My Career a whole lot more than you think you do. And I'm here to explain a little bit more than just the fact that I put up 150k Mypoints in this game, because it is going to be hard to do if you have a garbage team like the Pistons or something like that. Like, I know at least 50% of the people who are watching this video probably got drafted by the Pistons because you ended up performing really well in the G League and college and stuff like that. You rose your draft stock, all types of stuff like that. And now you're just on the garbage Pistons with Cade Cunningham as like the only player that you can possibly play with. They have no good pick and rollers, no good lob threats or anything like that, unless I'm tripping and they still have Doumbouya. I'm going to check the rosters after this just to make sure and see where this beast is at so that you guys can go to wherever the heck he is too. Or if you can just like trade for him, because I'm not going to lie, bro, this dude is an absolute lob finishing menace. I mean, he is out here, as you've seen from the clips, just contact lob dunking everybody. Like, look at this, bro. He could slash take too. Again, he has silver posterizer, silver lob finisher, and has super good driving dunk, vertical, just speed, all types of stuff like that. He's the perfect lob threat for you to be using in My Career. Obviously, Giannis would be way better as well, and even Anthony Davis would. But still, as like a little budget guy, and he definitely gets the job done, as you can see. I mean, he is out here just grinding. We are both on Gatorade. We're on like Gatorade symbol through this. And real quick, I wanted to pause it at this moment to show you guys how many minutes I had played. So as you can see right down here in this tab, I have 43 minutes played and 59 points, 42 assists, 19 blocks. Now, what I want to maybe encourage you guys to do, because I just did this for the, you know, the clicks and pretty much the credibility, right? Like when you see 150K Mypoints on the video, that's when you're more enticed to check it out and look. Whereas if I were to play 5-minute quarters all the time, which I always do except for this game right here, you would be like, if I were to just be like, oh, 5-minute quarters, 70,000 Mypoints or 80,000 Mypoints. Nobody cares about that. So pretty much what I wanted to get at with you guys is, I think the smarter way of doing this personally is to actually play on shorter quarter length and, you know, do this more progressively. I mean, you'll be able to just go through your season a whole lot faster, especially if you're in the first season too and you're trying to just get through it to get to the new team. Just play on 5-minute quarters. Don't make this too hard on yourself, bro, because honestly, it's not worth it. I mean, as you can see, I'm on Gatorade right now. Now, another thing that I want to put some knowledge on for you guys as well. I'm pretty sure that there's a ratio of stamina. So, for instance, I'm playing on a 12-minute quarter game. I'm pretty positive my team and my player, they kind of lose stamina slower. And I'm pretty positive that it's just that they are kind of looking after the players and stuff like that. They don't want you guys to be completely, you know, super just depressed over like how you know, how much Gatorade and loss of stamina you have and just how hard it's going to be for you to play MyCareer. So what I believe is that your meter goes down on your stamina faster in the shorter quarter length games and stuff like that. So it's up to you. I just am pretty much saying that if you play the shorter quarter length, you're going to be able to get a lot of stuff done in terms of getting a lot of VC. You're going to skip through the games a lot quicker in your season and stuff like that. You're going to be able to maybe get to a new team in your second season, which is also going to give you more VC, because as you're going to see right here, I'm able to get legitimately 2,000 VC just for playing on Hall of Fame, and then my salary is 1,000. And I don't know, you can compare based on what yours is in your first season, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely nowhere close to this. And 2,000 VC per game is definitely nice if you're someone who's coming out here and you're really trying to grind. Like you don't want to spend a lot of money. And mind you, if you play like 10 games of this, that's already 20,000 VC. You play like 20 games, that's 40,000 VC. It's going to add up pretty well for you. And obviously, you know, it's not going to just make or break your player, but it's still something to factor in. Now, let's go ahead and come back to this, because I can already see all the people crying about, oh, Laker, you're not showing how the badge progress. You're not explaining good enough how you were doing all this stuff. I mean, again, you can see 150K. Look, if you're having a hard time understanding that I'm literally running a pick and roll, I'm realizing now that I'm going to have to go back and insert a clip of me explaining how you call for the individual screen from somebody, because I already know like 90% of you guys aren't going to know how to do that. But none taken. It's not your fault that you're not a MyCareer sweat, no life like me. All right. Anyway, 61,000 Mypoints towards playmaking. Now, one thing that I want to also maybe mention about playing on a shorter quarter length is there may be caps involved in this, where you can only do a certain amount of things a certain amount of times. So, for instance, maybe I'm only allowed 21 alley-oop passes, and that's all that the game credits me for, because they don't want me getting any more than that. I'm pretty sure there are caps in place on certain stats that you put up, pretty much. So I would definitely encourage you to play on shorter quarter length. I just did this for the sake of the video, because you guys obviously see 150,000 and you're like, hey, that's fire, let me click. Simple, right? But anyway, again, I hope this was pretty straightforward and simple for you guys to understand. Again, for the box score, Doumbouya has 87 points. He literally only missed 5 shots, bro. That is really crazy, to be honest. I did have 9 turnovers while trying to throw 47 assists, but that's really not too bad of a little ratio right there for Hall of Fame. Again, you're going to want to play against as slow teams as possible. I'm in the playoffs right now, if that means anything to you guys, where I knew that I could pick out a matchup of a team that I wanted to really target like 4 games in a row, or even 5 games in a row if I wanted to just lose a game on purpose. But 4 games in a row of targeting 2 really slow bigs in the pick and roll game, and take advantage of the fact that Doumbouya is going to outrun them and just dunk on everybody and stuff like that. Now, you can take advantage of different things, right? Like, for instance, with this team, it's a bunch of bigs and stuff, so it made it a little bit harder on me to finish floaters, because they were chasing me down from behind, swatting things from behind and stuff like that, and maybe a little bit harder to rebound against, but it did make it easier to get blocks and assist, all things considered. So it's just the yin and the yang. You take some, you give some. I think, yeah, that's how it works. Anyway, all right, so one last time, just because I'm gonna also go back in the beginning of this video and insert a clip right here of how you actually pull up these icons. So you're gonna tap LB, and then you're gonna hold the icon of the person you want to come screen for you. So in this situation, I tapped LB and I'm holding LT. So he's gonna go ahead and set the screen on the guy on me, which is marketing right here. I'm on the wrong side of it, and you can see this ended up setting up really poorly. I ended up going for the floater off that because it's set up really poorly, but either way, again, we're gonna go ahead and just insert that at the beginning of the video because I forgot to. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. And like I said in the intro, let's try to get this 1 to 1,000 likes. Now, if you made it to the end of this video, put my career in the comments. It sort of supports me all the way through. I really do appreciate you guys watching this. I know it's going to help out a lot of people, and I'm really glad that I'm going to be able to help people with this with a very simple way. And I teach you guys a lot of maybe premises of things that aren't just related to getting my points, like how you can actually set yourself up to be on a better career path in terms of your my career, of teammates that are more helpful for getting my points and badges, or you know, just all types of stuff like that that's more helpful than just the straightforward like, oh, copy and paste, do this, do that, do what I do. Like, it's not gonna work if you got Marc Gasol at center or, you know, Jonas Valanciunas at center. You need an athlete. You need someone who's gonna be able to catch lobs. You need an actual lob catching beast rather than just some lumbery like big dude, pretty much. So that's all I'm trying to get at with all the help that I'm trying to give you guys in this video. So hope you enjoyed. If you did, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff, like I said. And if you made it to the end of the video, put my career in the comments. Other than that, feel free to check out any other content I got on the channel, and you know, appreciate all the support. Other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.